로마 가톨릭의 세력이 강한 룩셈부르크의 총리가 동성 파트너와 오늘 오후 결혼식을 올린다고 밝혔습니다. 룩셈부르크는 1년 전 동성 결혼을 허용하는 법률을 통과시켰습니다. 자비에르 베텔 총리는 자신의 SNS에 벨기에인인 파트너와의 사진을 올리고 결혼하게 됐다고 밝혔습니다. 유럽에서 보수적인 나라 가운데 하나로 꼽히는 아일랜드가 동성 결혼을 합법화할지를 묻는 국민투표를 오늘 실시합니다. 의회 입법이 아닌 국민투표로 동성 결혼을 합법화하는 첫 사례여서 관심이 모이고 있습니다.
신규 환자들, 하루에 신규 환자들 중에서 무슨 경로로 에이즈가 되었는가라고 본다면 거의 90% 이상이 남성 간의 성접촉에서 생겼고
거의 대부분이네.
세계적으로 에이즈 환자는 감소 추세지만 국내에서는 그 수가 계속 늘고 있습니다.
전체 감염자는 10,000명을 넘어섰습니다.
I couldn't believe that they were willing to arrest my husband because my husband and I just wanted parental notification.
You must heed the warning. You must heed the warning. If the church's voice is not strong, if Christians are not strong in media, in law, in politics, then the light very quickly.
Yes, well, it may seem very surprising, but England has moved very rapidly away from her Christian. So what we have seen, and particularly with the legalisation or the recognition of homosexual partnerships, all around the issue saying that these are rights, what we've seen is that Christians, just for living out their faith and speaking out their faith, find themselves slavery, but increase in biotech technologies, IVF type technologies, which made it possible for anyone to have a child, and then moving into the wholesale redefinition of marriage, which isn't just about the redefinition of marriage or giving rights to homosexuals. It's about the obliteration of family. It's about the abolition of civilization in your nation, because God's model for life and for freedom and for family, for the flourishing of all, this is an approved act. And it's about the act. Once you do that, I would say you have, well, we had 10 years, but it's taken 10 years to lose almost all our social anchors. But I would say if South Korea does it, then it's going to be even more rapid, because the world is getting faster and faster, and the changes happen faster and faster. But we have to remember that it then has an impact way beyond just marriage. It has an impact on children, because then comes the push to have children, which is very fact as marriage. So the church sends a very unclear signal. And my message here is that the church must send a very clear signal about what it believes with regard to marriage, because I think that the key to our failure. At the Church of England Synod here you have working for the full inclusion of lesbians. So this is actually in the church meeting. And this is a woman priest marrying two men. Christian schools are being closed. So now you've got at the highest court in the land saying that sexual orientation, and alongside all of this, what we're seeing in Britain, which is kind of only be understood in the spiritual realm, is the rise of Islam. Huge ghettos, towns that are basically Sharia towns, Sharia courts operating. They're about lines. Halal meat served in our prisons and in our schools and in our hospitals. Some restaurant chains in Great Britain only serve halal meat. We've known God, but we've kind of exchanged the truth of God for a lie. But somehow this ideology tolerates Islam. So we will have in our courts prayer rooms, quiet rooms, with the direction of Mecca actually fixed on the wall, and prayer mats. What we have done in Great Britain as the church is we have not stood up to the lie. We've welcomed the lie in. So this week there's been a church in the centre of London that has been having Muslim prayers and covered up the crosses. So we've had that this week. We've got gay clergymen marrying one another, two gay, locks, and nobody's saying anything about it. So the question is, but how has this happened? It's because the church has been silent. And I think when I look here in South Korea and I see all these amazing Christians and amazing movements, I say, do not get too busy running your programs. Do not get too busy looking just after one another and building your ministry streams and your Bible studies and even your good works, even your feeding the poor and going happy. What you've got to do is engage whilst you still can with the government, with the powers that be, on the issues that are truth issues that will impact whether or not South Korea into what we have lost. And it's because the Christians didn't speak. They were ashamed of Jesus. They were flabby. They were happy having their cups of coffee. Actually did not want to come into conflict with the world when the world was going to obliterate God's model for life, the protection of life and the protection of family. And so my message, my very clear message and my very clear warning to the Christians of South Korea is find your voice in the public's family. And in Great Britain now we're growing up with the millennials that have never heard of Jesus, really, that don't understand who he is, who've not been told about him, and and who thinks that all the homosexuality, they just have that is just a given. That is just a given. You can't even go there. So imagine that. You're a decade away from that. Maybe even only 5 years, unless the church stops the civil partnerships in a couple of months' time, and everything that flows from it. And also, with regard to Islam, makes clear that you don't accept Sharia money. Do not accept Islamic finance in your universities. Do not accept Islamic finance in your industries. Do not accept Sharia compliant finance in business. Just do not do it. If they want to do business, it has to be done the South Korean way.